Alright, so we're gonna be trying to chain together some Zenara and Astralym hard mode fights here. So I only have 2 minutes to go through the setup, so we're gonna try to be real quick with it here. Some attack food from me, some defense food for my Lavender, and then every pal has this Sand Twister, Apocalypse, and Circlevine. So we're gonna be running 15 Orserks here, with the same sort of attacks there, and then Immortality, Serenity, Diamond Body, Demon God. And if you look at their buffs, you'll see we have the defense food buff, we have the healing potion, and then I have that Nutrient Tonic, which I want to try out and see how many fights we can chain together here. And then some bad luck protection pals, in case I do a little bit of a misplay or some Orserks go down. We have these for that final barrier phase, and then the lively knocked after the fight to revive some Orserks back up. For the party, just a player damage focused build here to try and hold aggro on me. So I think we're ready to start the fight here. I'm gonna try to just grab aggro immediately. Shooting. Oh, that was the drone launcher. So immediately a misplay there. And that means that the Orserks are gonna eat this beam. We'll see the proper way of doing it next fight, hopefully. They take a lot of damage, but then they heal that right back up. Well, there's Psychogravity here as well, so they're gonna take a little bit of damage. But it's not super bad that this happened here, because the boss is gonna go to the center of the room. You can see the damage they took here from those 2 attacks, and how much they're gonna heal back up with their attacks in the middle here. So the boss goes to the center of the room pretty early, and we just kind of don't want this phase to end too soon, because they'll be healing right back up. And now we're down on that 3 million mark, it goes into the second phase. And now we can deal some damage as well. Doing a poor job of holding aggro here, because I'm explaining more than I'm actually doing. So this attack, just dodging forwards and backwards now. We sort of wait and see if we get this attack going after us. So here, gonna de-summon my Lavender. I'll hide in this hole. And you can see the Orserks. This attack's super dangerous depending on like the hitbox size of your pals. And it's also one of those like weird attacks that sometimes it just absolutely wipes your raid army. And sometimes I feel like it barely touches them. I think it's a little bit depending on where they're standing in the room. This attack should be fine. A little bit of damage, but they should be healing that back up with their immortality. Can we take some aggro back here? Perfect. So what's now? A Psychogravity. We change side of the room. Just so we can keep on shooting, keep on holding aggro. You can see some pals taking off there. And we should be reaching that barrier phase, hopefully before the next attack gets used. Perfect. Okay, so that's fight number 1. And I feel like we got a pretty good example fight here. So we skip all this stuff. Now, are the Orserks gonna end up in a mess in the pal box? I didn't get to withdraw them. I haven't done these fights like chained back to back to back like this before, really. We spawn here. Everything is perfect. We go back. Maybe I'll have to sort out my pal box a little bit if it's messy now. We'll see. We have 2 minutes now to just get our Orserks back in the fight, check out their buffs and everything. So they did not go back where I summoned them from. So let's see. Okay, these 2. We'll move these 3 away. I was considering a headshot build, but that's more like flashy than it is consistent. So we got our Orserks. We'll put these here, then they should always end up here now. And we got our 15 pals. And the food buffs looking decent. I guess the buffs are wearing off, but they're not going hungry. So that's something at least, but let's start the fight immediately again. So might need to reapply some buffs after 10 minutes. Then I don't really see... Okay, we did not grab the aggro immediately, but as you saw in the previous video, that's fine. They're gonna heal up. Maybe I'm doing a little bit of a poor job while I'm talking at the same time at the start of the fight. But they should be fine. They're gonna heal right back up. So that trick with like grabbing aggro immediately, a little bit more important if you're using slightly weaker raid armies. Because then Astralym is gonna use maybe like 3 or 4 attacks before this phase. So immediately into this phase again here. Gonna try to do some aggro damage here. Orserk showing me where the boss is gonna go with their dragon cannons, pretty neat. Dodging backwards and forwards against this one. And what now? Psychogravity? We haven't seen one of the truly dangerous attacks yet. The one that is like its sense of slashing blade thing. Okay, this phase. Not sure we saw this one last time. We were doing so much damage. So this phase here, I don't want to get hit by these rings. I do have my shields, but it's fine. Just want my shields in case I feel like I want to tank a beam or something. So he's over here. Is Astralym a he? I think there's only one pal that has like a defined... Oh, this is the slicing attack, right? No, okay. Or was it? No, it just went straight for this phase. The only pal I've seen, I think it was Venusa, that had like in the description of one of her attacks. Like it makes her whatever, like she had a defined gender in her attack. Okay, so fight number 2, very successful. I think I'll just keep on going until they're like in the hungry stage, maybe even the starving phase. So that felt pretty good. Can we just close this down? Oh no. I think I started the normal version. I was too quick. Let's just clear that one real quickly with our Lavender. Whoops. That should be a very quick kill with this maxed out Lavender though. And it shouldn't bother our Orserk at all. Sand Twister. Just a little bit waste of ammo. Yeah, have to wait for this. Sorry about this, but this happens. This is also a piece of the bad luck protection thing, right? Is it gonna go to the middle of the room anyway? No, the beam. Okay, does that do damage on normal mode? Didn't really felt like it did a whole lot. Yeah, I think we're good here. So do you want to just do your shield phase so we can end this fight? Perfect. Okay, not gonna accidentally press F this time. Thankfully, this did not bother our Orserk's food buffs, which is what I want to see. So we're on fight number 3 now. I want to see how long you can do this with this Nutrient Tonic, if it's worth using. So the Nutrient Tonic, it prevents hunger from falling. I thought it would freeze the food buffs as well. And the reason I haven't used it is because it costs a lot of stuff to craft. Let's see, are they on the correct page now? Where are my Orserks? Here we go. So it costs quite a lot to craft. It costs like holy water. We have our drone launcher, perfect. Can we shoot immediately this time and grab aggro? Not misplay. Perfect. So this is more what... Okay, no beam attack this time though. Guess they're gonna get psychic gravity anyway. It does look pretty cool. Pretty cool looking attack. Wait for that to fade. Is the boss going to the center? Yes. So I've seen some people post that you can instantly end this phase with some different like choices with the beam launcher and stuff. But I don't want to instantly end this phase. I want her to stand like this for as long as possible when I'm doing this. So that we do a lot of damage. But you can see the difference now. We didn't get to that 3.0 million. We only got to like 3.5. Just a little bit of random RNG. Gonna wait for this. So we didn't get this bubble in the middle of the room. Just depends a little bit on what attacks the boss chooses to use, how long it's stuck in its animations, like how long time it spends before it goes to the center of the room and stuff like that. Okay, another beam. Do we want to find a hole to stand in? Want to de-summon my pal. And the Orserks. So like if they're running along the beam, they can take a lot of damage. That's when we have that bad luck protection from our Sylvances. Because sometimes they can be pretty stupid. Like you have no control over what your Orserks are really doing. Is that going for me? Okay. Just something... Oh. Okay. That was weird. Just something to keep in mind there. Oh, is that the slicer attack? This is the one I meant. That hurts a lot if it's used on the army. So, my mistake not holding that aggro there. Are we gonna see some Orserks going down now? Yeah, so 4 Orserks going down. Where's the boss? Right here. And this is what we brought the Lylene for, so a little bit misplay by me, letting the boss like use its attacks on the Orserks. A couple go down. Where is the boss? And that's the problem with talking too much instead of like focusing on dealing damage. So Astralym is doing its thing. Gonna let them heal up as much as possible now. Couple of Orserks down, but I found that like you need maybe 4 or 5. And then this phase here is a success. But that was the second very dangerous attack there. Not sure what to call that one. I just call it like the slicer attack or something in my head. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find like official names. Maybe once we do get that Astralym egg, one day, we will know what the attacks are called. But it's mainly those two. The giant purple pink laser spinning around the room, and that one slicing through the army. It's a lot better if that one is aimed for me. So I'll see if I can do a more proper run. So let's see now. Do we have 2 minutes to fix up our Orserks? We're just gonna summon them out here. And then retrieve all. Gonna put these away. So here we have the thing we brought the Lylene Noct for, which is to revive our pals. We revive those Orserks up, put them back in there. You in, out, revive again, resets the partner skill. It is a little bit of abuse, I guess, but for the purpose of this video, I only have 2 minutes in the boss room, so we're gonna do it this way. And the buff's sort of fading. Should be fine though. And my drone launcher is summoned, my pal is... That's not Lavender, pretty sure. Oh, my food buff has worn off. So food for me. I guess you've been eating the attack food. Maybe it's better if I put the defense food in there. And get ready to start the fight. And we're shooting. Trying to maximize some damage now. I want to do a proper fight where I actually hold aggro. Psychogravity on me. It is hard to focus on playing properly against the hardest boss in the game, while also trying to explain my line of thought. So here, I'm gonna try to maximize some headshot damage in this phase actually. I was a bit lazy before, but you can see Zenara hanging upside down there. I'm doing red damage, so I should be dealing quite a lot of extra headshot damage there. And we're at 3.0 million. Wait for this phase to end. A little bit of lag for me, not sure how obvious that is in the video as I record. And the boss, you just want to be very fast. Like, you want to be quickly aiming at the boss, you want to be shooting the majority of the time. Just doing your thing. And this attack, have we seen this one? Not as one I care about that much, I'll just do it like that. Oh, gonna get out of that one, save my Lavender. Find a neat little hidey hole. Sit down here, how are the Orserks doing? They're doing fine. So you can like fly around, but you can also hide in the water. I'm gonna try to hold aggro this time. Is it the center of the room phase? No. So maybe you can see the difference in how I'm playing now compared to last fight. Just absolutely trying to shoot, never stop shooting. Always shooting for Zenara as well, to hold that aggro. So no attack, I think, was focused on the Orserks there. And then they're fine. Let's just give a quick peek at their buffs. They are wearing off. We could try, but I do want to reapply. It's like I really want that defense food on them. So do we reapply the food buffs? I guess so. So the Nutrient Tonic maybe not perfect for chaining these fights together, but pretty good for, I guess, like if you're using weaker pals for a long fight. Like if the fight goes over 6 minutes or whatever, then you probably want some. But then at the same time, I just used the Mammoth curry. Or not the Mammoth, the Mozzarella cheeseburger. Not sure like what the Nutrient Tonic is really good for then. I did want to find a proper use for it. So I guess we reapply some buffs. People have also asked me, how do you apply your buffs? Well, it's just like this. You just do it the manual way. No way around it. It's not the most fun thing. I was really hoping to get some sort of just click, 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 click like this, or feed all option, or something like that in 1.0. Not quite there yet. I'm really hoping 1.1 is called like the quality of life patch or something. Like they just give us a lot of these like options. We have like our raid army presets, copy pasting skills, like swapping skills on 15 pals can be a bit annoying, but we did come a long way with like the party presets here. Lots of party presets to use. I think I maxed it out on 30 presets, but I don't want to spoil them all. Maybe I'll save that for another video showing my 30 different teams that I actually use. Because I have 40 teams. I have a couple of teams that I don't actually have in the presets because I ran out of space. So I do have a lot of active teams. And then some of them are like preset teams with like 3 pals. And then you can just fill in like your element swap pal instead. Like you would have your Kreelix Terra, your van worms, your whatevers. And then you'd like have a 4-pal party, if that makes sense. Now I'm talking instead of shooting again. Hopefully this works out. Okay, try to find Zenara. Where is she? I'm see red damage. Can't really see her. She's up there somewhere. There she is. Saw a little peek. But we're already at that 3 million. So this run a lot more damage. Wait for this animation to finish and then find Zenara again. She's hidden behind the wings, sadly for me here. No bonus headshot damage. But that is also why I opted out of like the Van Worm build and the Krilling's Terra build. I'd rather be able to always hold aggro than to be like peeking, if that makes sense. Because this is enough, as you can see, like if you have... That's another thing that's worth talking about. But do I want to get distracted? Can we save our Lavander? Find a hole? Are the Orserks good there? Pretty good. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, like if you build your Orserks super offensive build, like you give them the attack food, you're not running Diamond Body and stuff like that, they will be dealing a ton more damage. But then they sort of out-damage me. So I have done some pure attack builds here, because like I was like, oh, it feels fine, they're surviving. But then I just kept on losing aggro. So this build here with like the defense food and stuff, it's also a way of like slowing the Orserks down a little bit. Just making sure that they're not taking too much aggro away from me. Because it was really obvious as well. I had some pals, like not the Orserks, like the pals that actually had access to some more fun breeding exclusives and builds and stuff like that, like being able to run a bit more offensive builds. But then I just ended up losing aggro and they died anyway. So it's like this little sweet trade-off point. If that makes sense. Adding too much... It was like also against Libro. Like if I ran Attack Food, Invader, Eidolon, Ignises in phase 1. I just could not hold aggro. They were out DPSing me a lot. So it's small things like that when... Like I don't really have time to say all of that stuff in my normal guides. I'm just hoping like people will do what I'm doing with my builds. Because if you start like mixing around with them too much, you could like just lose the fight due to that. Like, oh, I'll add Mammoth Curry instead of the defense food. It's like, no, you're gonna die. Not because of the loss in defense, but because of the loss in the aggro. Super important mechanic here. Do I have my attack food? Yeah, it looks fine. We'll do one more here. So the Nutrient Tonic should be faded now, right? The pulse... Okay. What? I lost aggro there because... my Wing Glider. I'm gonna blame the Wing Glider, because I haven't had that happen before. I couldn't stop. We have shields though, so I'll tank this one instead. And are you gonna go to the center of the room now? Perfect. Find Zenara. Find her hanging upside down. They are pretty obvious, you could see her there hanging upside down. Now we can't see anything at all, but now we can see again. Okay. I think we did too much damage there. On the tentacles. Holy burst, we don't care, but I do want to hold aggro. I might need to change up Circlevine though. I'm not sure if Circlevine is as good anymore as it was in my previous attempts. Because it used to spawn a little bit differently. Might have to retest. There might be like another option for an attack. The thing I really like about it though is short cooldown, so it will be available when you need it. Like it will be used twice during the barrier phase. It does a lot of damage. And it's also like the range. Okay, that's the beam. So you get the beam targeted on you. This killed my army before. That's why we need the Lylines. Just fly around here. Oh. Don't fly into that. Oh, she saved me with the Psychogravity. But yeah, what I meant to say before... Oops. Just need to do a little bit of lifesteal here. Is that when you get that beam targeting you, fly up. And then it won't be going along the ground. And then it won't wipe your entire raid army. Also something I don't think I really mentioned a lot. Where is the boss? Can't mention everything in like a 2-minute kill video. Okay, this attack here. Oh, the pals are hungry now. So they might be a little bit more squishy. We'll see how they do. That's fine. That seemed just fine. The worst attempt I've had with these Orserks so far is probably the one I had in my Orserk. Oh, I'm out of ammo. And the Orserks are hungry. Ay, gonna have to visit my Shikmet base and get my gold and buy some plasma rifle ammo again. Those stacks, like I had 2 full stacks of plasma rifle ammo, so I think we'll call it here. Not sure how many fights I did in a row. We can count how many scalps we got, so not gonna go and get my, like do the whole selling and buying thing in this video. We'll save that. I think we've been recording for quite a long time as well. Maybe I should start putting a stopwatch when I'm recording. So, all in all, we had a couple of weird interactions where I failed to hold aggro. We had a couple of Orserks going down to the giant, or no, the slicer attack it was. But I got to show the Lylines, never got to show the Sylvances in action. It's more like if you mess up a little bit, like you lose aggro, the Orserks could go down, and you end up with like, maybe you have like only 3 Orserks left at the end. Then you want to send in like your backup pals. Another option is to just start the raid with 10 Orserks. You do the raid with 10, when you get to the barrier phase you add the final 5. That also works as an option. So there are a couple of ways to get around this. Like the very first guide I made on this boss, I believe I was doing the 5 pals at a time. Like I would add 5 Shikmets, and then for the second phase I added 5 Sylvances, and then like 5 Dupins or something. I think that is like the most consistent way to play this boss. But also, I personally, I don't like interacting with the pal box in the middle of raids. I just don't like it. It's clunky. It's not my playstyle. My playstyle is shooting, holding aggro, dodging bosses. That's why you don't find me running like pure defense builds that much outside of guides and stuff. The way I play is a bit different from my guides. I like being like peak damage stuff. So if I was playing this one alone right now without recording, I would have had my Vanworms and my Creeling's Terra. But this is very consistent. It will let you hold the aggro with these guys. Alpha male here, very defensive build for me as well, not doing a lot of damage. Vanguard, idiosyncratic for me in itself. Stronghold strategist for me. So all these pals running this Stronghold strategist really adds up. 50% bonus defense. I don't really feel like I'm taking a lot of damage. Got the reload master, reload fast. Vanguard, bonus attack. What's my stat like here? 634, because we do have the absolutely maxed attack stat here, 200. Got my attack pendant, Dogen emblem. Sylvagus could have run the Phantom Ring, if you want to dodge a little bit more. How many scalps did we end up with here? And this one. So 6 fights in a row with this setup here. Unless I'm forgetting one. We had a normal mode fight as well, but that doesn't count. Could have counted Psychogravity, it's actually a little bit easier. 6. So that's it for this video. If you got any questions, post them in the comments. I always try to read and answer them, but been getting a lot more recently for some reason, so might miss a couple. But that's it. Thanks for watching.